What's going on, guys? It is about, oh God, I'm not even sure what time it is, Saturday night. And yeah, this is what we're doing right now. Because why? Not because race car, but because tomorrow they're having like a little car show in Maryville, Indiana. And this car show is really unique. It's not your typical car show where it's like, everybody's going for trophies or they go just to be all cool and shit. This is actually a learning experience. And I say learning because this is for the high school auto mechanics of Hammond, Portage, and Valparaiso, Indiana. Apparently their professor had gotten ill, had to go to the hospital, and this car show was canceled, but now they're trying to resurrect it because they want the kids to see some unique cars because they're all training to be automotive technicians and mechanics and engineers. That being said, my sister called me and said they would like a unique car. And what is more unique than the Civic NBR, the Honda NBR? This car is not your typical Honda Civic, as you can see behind me. It has been on my YouTube channel and my Instagram several times in the past. And this is just a very tasteful, well-built example of what is possible with Hondas. And not your typical fart can exhaust sounding, loaded up sticker, cheesily done car that no attention to detail is put into. As you can see, this is an entirely different animal. It's very clean. Lots of carbon on this car. From the intake inside here to all the... Let me dry this off here, guys, really quick before I shut it back down. There we go. All the carbon under the hood to the carbon hood itself and all the way around the car. So this car is just an example of what can be done if you want something a little more mature, a little more clean, and a little bit more attention to detail involved in the build of your car. This is what's possible. This car here is a European domestic market example, which means all the interior stuff, the SI lower console and all that jazz, it's all EDM, not JDM, which is a big, big difference. A lot of the things on this car, like the air intakes, for example, the front bumper connects and all, those you can't even get them anymore from Password JDM. And as you all know, God rest their souls, Password JDM has went out of business. So a lot of the things that are on this car you won't see anymore unless it's like on a car already like this, or if it's new old stock sitting on some shelf somewhere at aftermarket shop that never sold and they forgot about it in the back and you get lucky enough to purchase it. But all that said and done, this car here will be going in the morning to the car show / coffee and donuts event. And this is really cool for the kids to see because the engine block is a B20 block we've upgraded the internals to Formula 3 Mugen internals. It's or is it a B18 block? I can't remember. It's a Mugen setup. I have no idea. And well, I shouldn't say I have no idea, but I just can't remember. I'm so tired. Fury valve train and whatnot. Everything's been done on this car. The interior's been done on this car. The suspension's been done on this car. You get the general idea. I mean, we even have 6-piston brakes up here on the front, which you can see, and we have 4 in the back, all from Willwood with stainless steel braided lines. And yeah, this car is fully built, ready to go for the racetrack. The only thing I would have to do to get it on the track is just probably swap out the tires, because these are street tires, and I'd probably put some Toyo R888 tires on there for the extra stickiness, or maybe some really nice, maybe some nice Nito tires. The NTO, I think it's NTO1s or NTO5s are really nice. I remember those. Those are a good set of tires. But yeah, this is what's possible when you want to put some time and effort into it and not have it looking all cheesy or riced out. This is what I call adult rice, where it's clean. It is just as sexy as one of your hypercars or supercars. and it is a very, very nice representation of a Honda from overseas. You know, you look at this, and the first time I took this on the track, people thought it was a BMW M3 from the early 90s, and they got that idea because of the profile on the side of the car here, which you could see is not your typical Honda, and the car just looks phenomenal, especially back here where you have the VIS CSL trunk, and you can see this nice aero scoop molded into the trunk, which is really cool. All that's really left on this car is paint, which you can see the flat black is on it. We're gonna do gloss. It'll look really nice with the gloss, and it'll complement the carbon fiber really nicely, and it'll just give it that extra touch of finish that it's desperately needing. So that being said, I just ran it through. It's been in storage, so I just ran it through to knock off the dust. I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna use CMX. Ceramic coating on the carbon fiber, and it's like super diaper soft. It's super great, especially with the microfiber towels. I'll vacuum it out, clean down the glass one more time, and she'll be ready to go. I'll probably put some Meguiar's number 40 on the tires, because that stuff is really wonderful stuff, guys. Meguiar's number 40. Don't put tire shine on your tires. Don't put tire foam and all that shit. It just sprays off onto your car. But the Meguiar's number 40, if you give it a couple hours, it chemically bonds to the tire and adds moisture back into the tire. It's pretty good stuff. It's good for rubber and vinyl. It's a rubber and vinyl treatment made by Meguiar's, and I've been using it for years, so it's just phenomenal stuff. The interior, it's all leather and Alcantara. I'll probably vacuum it out a little bit, and then for the most part just take it, because like I said, this is for the kids. This is going to be more educational than it is going to be showy, and then that way they can see what's possible. And I'll have to probably go into several iterations of what's in the car, how it was built, where the parts came from, how they all perform together, and this will give the kids a great idea on what they could do for their cars in the future. So yeah, like I said, it's all for education, and I think this is a great example for them to see and view the engineering and the planning that goes into building a really nice car. Not a lot of Hondas have leather and Alcantara, or leather seats for that matter. Certainly not many Hondas out there have Recaro CS Sportster seats. This has Recaros in the front, and the back seat was sent off to match the front seats. It's all leather and Alcantara, so the car is very clean, and it's got Sparco harnesses. It's got a harness bar in there, so it's a very snug, very comfortable car to drive, but it's also very track attack ready. And that's what's important, is to enjoy it on the track, but also when you want to take it to a Cars and Coffee or to an event like we're going to tomorrow. So yes, it's not a Lamborghini. Yes, it's not a Porsche. Yes, it's not a Koenigsegg or a Bugatti. But this car is the pinnacle of what is, I will not say the pinnacle, because we got the K-Series engine out there now, and this setup is a B-Series, but period correct, late 90s to early 2000s, this car is the pinnacle of what a Honda Civic, a period correct Honda Civic, should look like. If you want to put time and planning into a car to really make, well, as you can see, this is the end result, guys. Big differences from your everyday Honda Civic that the kids are building now, as opposed to, well, it speaks for itself. It's right there. It's the Civic NBR. Everything from the air intakes to cool the brakes, the venting on the hood to cool the engine, to let the heat out through the front, the down planes, everything here is function. But because it's function, it just looks that damn good, because all the parts that are on this car are actually parts that are utilized in the GT series races and in your, I guess you say, your circuit racing cars. The only thing I haven't done to the front was put a carbon fiber front end on it. And I didn't really want to do that, guys. They do make them, and I can have it imported from the UK, but I didn't want to have too much carbon on the car. I thought that leaving the urethane bumper on the front, and when it's glossed in black with the rest of the car, will look super nice with the accenting carbon fiber between the hood and the lower SI lip, these are all C-bond components. The side down planes are not password JDM. Those are actually, no, actually I think those are password JDM. The air intakes are password JDM as well. And then the mirrors and the cowl come from special carbon fiber in Rancho Cucamonga, California. So you can see here, you're not going to see a lot of cars that have a carbon fiber, I guess you say, what do you call here? The air dam or the front cowl here. They don't have that. A lot of the cars really don't. And I spent a lot of time. They don't even make weather stripping for that. I had to custom make the weather stripping for that. And it was just time consuming. But if you take your time and you put the time and the planning into the car, the end result speaks for itself. Everywhere this car goes, it gets attention. Everywhere there's Honda enthusiasts, this car gets a crowd. And I've had old timers say, "What is it?" And they don't like it. And I explained to them that it's a Honda Civic. And they're like, "A Civic? We don't like Civics, but we like that Civic." So that's a big testament, especially from some old guys that are 50s and 60 years old. They came up with the muscle cars, and to hear them say that they like this car, they recognize the presence, they recognize the engineering and the planning into the car, and that says a lot from the muscle car and tuners of yesteryear passing the baton to guys like me, which in turn will pass the baton to younger generations to come. And when we all go electric, like my nephews will probably be driving around electric cars, and my niece, they'll be tuning things as well because Uncle George will be there to help them out. But yeah, like I said, guys, everywhere I go, this car gets attention, and I look forward to sharing it with the kids at the high school tomorrow. This program, from what I understand, preps them for tech school and gives them a career with their interests in the automotive market, and that speaks volumes. So I don't mind doing it. I had to pull out the car at last minute, and my arm's getting tired. Let me switch arms. Ugh, God, I'm getting old. All right, so yeah. So I had to pull the car out and switch it out. I brought it to this quarter car wash just to spray it down really quick, wipe it down. I'm gonna take it back and I'm gonna hit it with some CMX. And yeah, guys, I think they're gonna like this tomorrow. So I will take video and I will post it up, and hopefully I will see them and you tomorrow on the road.